Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie, you're not, and neither are any of these blokes. You can't see them yet, but Mothballed is going to be kicking us off in today's Extravaganza, Saturday Extravaganza. 4 games for the price of one. Not all aces. One might be a Clan Wars battle, one might feature one AR, and one might be really, really quick. Bit of a variety in today's Extravaganza. It's Saturday. Happy weekend. I hope everyone's going to enjoy yourself. Let's check out Mothballed, who also streams on Twitch, not just tanks but some other games as well. His link's going to be down below. He's going to kick us off in our Extravaganza as he lights it up on Melanovka. Mothballed from 7 ACAV clan, great friends of 1AR 7 ACAV, some absolute champions over there, some streamers, some nice people, and absolute legends. Mothballed is a Panther, not just the normal Panther, the Panther at tier 7, the tier 7 German medium tank, but it's not fully loaded. He said, Chewy, it's a stock game, but it's still not a bad game on Melanovka. He's already got some damage into the Comet and the T43, which we just missed. He doesn't have the top gun on this one. This is the 75mm gun. It's 135 alpha damage, 150 penetration with standard, 194mm of penetration with premium ammunition, which is APCR in this bad boy. He's going to this cheeky little spot up here in the corner of Melanovka. If you can get here in a medium tank or even a light tank, if you can get here without copying any damage like Mothballed has, you're setting yourself up, aren't you, to get into a good position. You can spot the area where Mothballed's aiming at now, around that building. There's a church. I don't think it's a church. I think it's like I don't know what it is. A shed, a pub. It could be anything. Who knows? But that's irrelevant. You can sort of spot this northern area sometimes, and you can also sometimes get side shots into the heavies or whatever else is going up towards the hill, as if they're not too careful. And you can stuff around a little bit on these ridge lines. There's plenty of cover by bushes, and then you can look for vision on the enemy team. Of course, I said that, and he does it, but it doesn't matter. It's early days. It's a marathon, not a sprint. This is not a fast and furious battle. This one, in fact, 3 out of the 4 games we're showing on today's Extravaganza go for about 10 minutes each, and so you might see a little bit of fast forwarding if you like. You get some assisted damage into the T150, get some damage into it as well. 733 assisted damage now, 546 damage done. I thought he was going to fall over then. We've all done it. Maybe not there, but we've all done it. Has anybody played Cliff? We've all done it there. 2-zip is the score. Team looking pretty good. Mothballed's top tier in this game. The tier 7 German medium tank, the Panther, at tier 7. This is a standard tech tree tank, folks. So if you look at this thing, you don't need to pay any money. Put your money away. It's free. It's not free. It's going to cost you. Might cost you your soul. You never know. A bit of grinding, and you'll get this tank. It's as simple as that. It's a tier 7 medium German tank. It's not. I guess it's not regarded as awesome. I didn't mind it. I didn't think it was too bad, but that was a lifetime ago when I was going through the German mediums. Mothballed from 7 ACAV, Twitch streamer. Absolutely. This is one bloke that I'd really like to have a beer with one day. We've talked about it. It's come up in conversation. He's just one of those blokes. Looks like a nice guy. He plays Red Dead Redemption. He also plays Water Tanks. Some other games, he might play ships. I don't know. Every now and then he changes it up a bit. Like I said earlier in the introduction, his link's going to be down below for Twitch. Check him out. Nice guy. And Grand Theft Auto, I think, is the other one it's called, which looks pretty fun. Anyway, back to Melanovka. I talked about not too long ago getting some vision for his team, which is done. Top tier medium tank. It doesn't have to be a light tank to get vision because there's no light tanks in this game. He finds the KV2. The KV2R, I should say, which is the premium version of the big derpy Russian heavy tank, which I love so much. And he's not only is he getting vision on this tank, his teammates aren't really shooting it, but he is getting plenty of damage into the tier 6 premium Russian heavy tank without getting spotted himself, which is a pretty good feeling. Not just for him, but for us as well. Looking at the minimap, they're still winning. They've got a good presence up there in the up there on the hill. Mothball mentioned in the chat at the beginning. I'm pretty sure chat's covered with my ugly mug, but in the beginning he says, guys, I think we've got enough at base. And when you look at the minimap, there's plenty at the base as he waits for that gun to load. He did mention that this is stock or close to, and it looks to be it looks to take a long time to load, almost as long to load as it does to aim as it does to load the gun. He's putting some shots, or hopefully he's putting some shots into the side of the AT8, the Tier 6 British tank destroyer, the one which sort of sets the scene for the rest of that line. They're all quite similar in that line, which is pretty cool. 4-1 the score now. Mothballed from 7A Kevin, 1,213 hit points of damage. It is Tier 7 German medium tank, the stock Panther at Tier 7. He's got some assisted damage, 811 assisted damage. And looking at the map, the people on the hill are finally coming forward, and he's thinking, well, I want some more of that spotting damage, because the best thing about spotting damage is you don't have to pay for the bullets. Keeping the KV2 tracked now, you can tell it's definitely a stock gun. He's having some trouble penetrating the Tier 6 German, Tier 6 Russian derp premium heavy tank, but still picking up the assisted damage. Over 1,000 assisted damage now. There's a medal right there in itself. Keeping nice and forward. Looking at where the rest of his friends are. Nobody is anywhere near Mothballed. Nice and ballsy. As he gets rid of the KV2, sets him on fire. Doesn't quite get the kill. He also spots out the Nashorn, and the Nashorn is not going to last too much longer. He's down to 2 hit points, which might be one more than he needs. Mothballed puts a blind shot in. Just left a bit, I reckon, mate. He's going to put another one there. He gets the kill. Nothing wrong with that. That's his first kill of this game. That brings the score up to 6-2. 2,216 hit points of damage. He's still full health, which is a pretty good feeling at this stage of the game. 7-2 now as 88 finally gets taken out by the GW Panther. And there's still a barbecue back at the base. Achilles, a couple of VKs, a VK30 01H, which has lost some health, the VK30 02M, also back there at the base. The Achilles and the Nazar. And I can sort of understand the TDs. And look, those VKs, they might be Tier 6s, but there's, well, I don't know. They might be getting heaps of shots down there. I don't know. I don't sort of understand the practice of sitting at base for so long, especially when you're up by 5 tanks. I mean, the score's 7-2. There's only 6 tanks left. The VZ, who's top tier, but a one shot. The Comet's got plenty of hit points. AT-15A is currently spotted down there at H2, out of our render range, so that he might not be as full health as the health bars might indicate on the top right-hand corner of the screen. The GW Panther, the KV2O, who we saw earlier, and the T-34-85M. 8-2 the score now. They're still back at the base. There's also the KV-1S back there, which is I mean, there's a platoon of them, I guess. So the platoon is staying there. But why would you stay there when the score's 8-2? Why wouldn't you go looking for more damage? I don't know. I've never pretended to be any good at this game. And maybe there's something really, 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 really obvious. Maybe there's something really, really obvious about what I'm missing. Mothballed's only lost 2 tanks. His team have only lost 2 tanks. And he's up by a heap of hit points. Who knows? Quick cup of coffee before it goes too cold. There's that KV2R again. Mothballed finally gets spotted, but he wants to get the kill, or at least see the kill happen on the KV2R, which gets done by the T150. The VZ44-1, the Tier 7 heavy tank back there in the bushes is sniping away like a champion, but it looks like he's low health anyway, which is kind of what you might think. The T-34-2GFT Tier 7 Chinese tank destroyer says, hold my beer, I've got this. Hardigen, you legend. He's going straight in there. There's a T-34-85M copping it from those shots up there in the north. The VZ, don't even need to aim. 2 tanks remain. It's the AT-15A over there on the southwest part of the map, and the artillery, who just goes down to the T-34-2GFT, and that just leaves the AT-15. And they're still back there at the base. I'm not sure, why don't they just drive forward? There's a full platoon there. Why don't they just go, all right, let's all just W-key towards the AT-15A. He's only on 61 health, though. This is going to be a good win. It's going to be 12. It's going to be 13-2. And they've finally found their W key. Down goes the VK. That's World of Cows from the Premier League. What a champion. 13-3. That was a win. Finally, it was a win. I can't help but think that win would have been a lot quicker, a lot swifter if all those tanks weren't back at the base. But maybe I couldn't see it. And neither could you. So maybe something else was happening. It was an Ace Tagger Mastery Badge from the old mate Mothballed from 7ACAP. Twitch streamer, absolute gentleman. And check him out, link down below. Spotter medal for getting all that assisted damage. Bruiser, fire for effect, Confederate, high caliber. He also topped the score charts on XP and damage. 2,988 hit points of damage. 2 kills, 1,382 base experience. He fired 39 shots, 32 hit, 23 penetrated, 1,600 assisted damage. The best thing about assisted damage, you don't have to pay for the bullets. Now, not sure about the 2 VKs that were back at base. Looks like they got 1 shot of damage each. What can I say? What can I say? You don't staying back at base is not good. But maybe they lost a lot of health. Who knows? Anything could have happened. Now that was not a premium tank, folks. That was a normal Tech Tree tank. Even though it was a normal Tech Tree tank, and he had a good game, an ace, as a matter of fact. Remember, you don't have to pay for the bullets for that assisted damage. He made nearly 100,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account in that 10-minute game. 50,000 of that was from an action personal mission. Would have been one of the daily missions, and we like getting those daily missions. Mothballed, thanks for kicking us off on this extravaganza. Next is a clanmate of mine. He's twitchy. He jumps in and out. He twitches in and out. He's crazy. This is Clan Wars. 1AR versus VAM. 1AR and VAM are a couple of the Aussie clans that are semi-regular on the map, and every now and then, quite often we fight each other, and it's always a good battle, a good all-in brawl, which is what we want to see. This is Steps. Of course, the 10 versus 10 Clan Wars map is it's limited. There's not a huge amount of pieces of land you can go for, and Steps is one of them. I think it's Steps, Highway, Ruinberg, and something else that we normally play on, and we often see our friends at VAM over there. You can see Fog of War is in effect because you can't see all of VAM's tanks on the top right-hand side of the screen, but I guess you will eventually. VAM winning up by a tank. My old mate Gatekeeper gets taken out by the WZ1115A, and looking at the lineup, some 277s with 277s. They're ubiquitous in Clan Wars. They're everywhere. Probably the most common Tech Tree tank that you'll see. Of course, there's going to be some Chieftains, Muddy and Jumpy, in their Chieftains. I'm not in this one. This is probably why he sent me the replay. So look, Stewie, we can do this without you. Don't worry about that. And Jumpy gets a kill, getting rid of the Object 277 and evening up the scoreboard. It's an all-in brawl on the eastern part of. Did he get the? He shot his ally. The EBR rams him in the butt, and that brings the score up to 4-2. We've all done it in the heat of the battle. We've all done it. Don't go too hard on him. I've done it. Oh, no, I'm going to pretend that I've never done it. No, we've all done it. Jumphonner from 1AR, absolute gentleman, executive officer. Ace Chipper, and not a bad caller from time to time. Some people call him the Field Marshal of 1AR. Some people call him Jumpy. Object 277 clearly is the next target on 1,031 hit points. Focus fire. He shoots just as someone else kills it, which is a great feeling. But he's got 3,500 hit points of damage done so far. Not too bad. 7-5. Only 2 tanks remain. Make that 3. Now only 2 tanks remain. The 121B, which is a bit of a different choice in Clan Wars at a 10 versus 10, but not a terrible choice. That's for sure. Gets around behind the enemy Chieftain, and it's the call's made. Everybody, get rid of him. He's got a mark of excellence, which tells me he probably knows how to play that bad boy. I've got no marks of excellence on mine, but I do want to point out that I do have one, not contrary to popular belief. Bounces. That last shot was always going to be a little bit dicey, but he's racked up 4,605 hit points of damage. 3 kills. You know, mate, Provectus on 3 kills as well. And everyone who's left alive has picked up some kills. Fast and Furious. I told you they weren't all going to be 10-minute games. Sometimes the game goes pretty quick indeed. Let's have a look at the result before we move on to game 3 in today's extravaganza. That's right, 4 replays for the price of 1. Where else do you get that kind of value? My old mate Jumpy, it wasn't an ace, but he had a pretty tidy score, 1AR against VAM. Chieftains, VZ55s, Object 277s. Of course, there's going to be an EBR somewhere, maybe 2 occasionally. And my old mate from VAM, some 277s, some WZs, EBRs, VZs, Super Conqueror 121B. 1AR's recruiting. I'm sure Van's recruiting as well. Yell out. You might have a good time. You might pick up some rewards. With clan boosters give a much bigger percentage of increase to your credits in Clan Wars battles, which is global map stuff, campaign stuff, advances, skirmishes. Is there anything else? I think there might be. War games on a Sunday. And that's why even firing full premium ammunition, you generally still make some money playing Clan Wars. Especially in the 10 versus 10, which I love so much. It's great. It's fantastic. All in brawls. That's what you want to do. He fired 14 shots, 12 hit, 11 penned. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all, Jumpy. Speaking of Jumpy, here's another one. Did I mention he's on YouTube? Now, he tells me he used to do Twitch. He used to do Twitch, and he's the twitchiest Twitch yet. Look at this. He just twitches in and out. Watch this. See that? That's what he does. It's a nervous habit. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's what all the aces do. I'm just not sure. This is the Super Hellcat. Now I've got one of these bad boys, and I hate it. I don't mean I don't like the tank, but one thing I've noticed in the past, you may have seen me streaming. We stream on Twitch too, by the way. My link will be down below. It's Jumpy zooming in and out. You might have seen me streaming. Whenever a Battle Pass first comes out, I often do a lot of Tier 6 and 7 games to get those Battle Pass points up as quick as possible and get the rewards. You get premium time, personal reserves, camos, styles, tokens for tanks, bonds. Yeah, bonds. And one of the quickest way to get those points in random battles anyway, Jumpy's just blind firing some bushes at the moment. We can look at his point of view. Now it's not a bush, now it's an M4. And the reason I say I don't like this tank is because they gave this tank to everybody who's had an account for more than a certain amount of time a while ago now, a year or two ago. It normally happens every towards the end of the year, I'm gonna say. And I constantly see Super Hellcat players, and this is a stealthy TD, I guess you could say, that does have a bit of speed. I constantly see, the trees are falling over. That's why he's shooting those trees. I constantly see Super Hellcat drivers playing like a scout, YOLOing, getting spotted and dying really, really early. Doesn't matter if it's on my team or the enemy team. And I'm not the kind of person who's going to say, oh, my team gets the shit Super Hellcat. I don't know. I'm not that kind of person. But you see it. Do you see it? Or am I going crazy? Whenever I see him, you know really quickly if it's someone who maybe isn't quite at Tier 7 yet, and maybe they've only got the tank because they've had the account for a while, and they just don't know where to go. I don't know. Or maybe maybe because they're still at low tiers, they haven't got the map awareness of the particular map they're on. Does that make sense, or am I waffling? I think I'm waffling. Okay, back to the game. Jumphonner from 1AR, Executive Officer, Ace Chipper. You just saw him in a Chieftain having a ripper on steps. This is the Super Hellcat. The Super Hellcat is a premium tank. It was given away as part of a well-earned reward, I think it was called. Is it around about Christmas time? November-ish? I don't think we've had one this year yet. By the time this video comes out, maybe we will. I don't know. Look at him zooming out like a crazy person. I don't know. It's out of control. So it's like a reward tank. It's a premium tank. You can put your other American tank destroyer crews in there, as long as they fit in. Well, it's not too big. His team are in a bit of trouble. Down by 2 tanks. 1-3 is the score. He's got the 90mm gun on this bad boy. It's a premium tank. There's no other choices, Stewie. There's only one gun he can put on there. 240 alpha damage, 167mm of penetration. That's with standard. 210 with APCR, which is premium on this bad boy. You can see he's also running Coca-Cola, which is going to help his reload time, his vision, his aim time. It's also going to help him stay camouflaged in that bush, along with the camouflage net that he's running, which is not unusual for a stealthy TD to run. Camouflage net, binoculars. Binoculars will also help with his vision, as will the Coca-Cola. All that stacks, and bad luck for that one. That should have been a kill. The Thunderbolt gets a kill on the M4A3E2, and that brings the score up to 3-3. You might be thinking, Stewie, Jumpy's he's doing all right here. We don't know how many blind shots are hitting, but he's up to 700 damage. We've been playing for 5 minutes. You've been waffling on, Stewie, for we've lost most of a platoon are dead. The Type 64 happens sometimes. This is a Tier 7 game. Jumpy's top tier in this bad boy. There's going to be one more replay after this, and it's going to be with a faster tank than this. See what I mean? That's what he does. I mentioned earlier, Jumpy's on YouTube. He does a number of series, similar to what we do here at Get On Board Studios. He does a few series. One is Why Was That Not an Ace, where you know, people send him replays of it. The first class, but come on. It might not even be a first class. It might be a second class. But how wasn't it an ace? You know, it might be someone who gets lots of kills. It might be someone who gets lots of damage. Top scores, but not quite an ace. This is a Super Hellcat. Now, that's the skin that came with it. I've got that skin on my tank as well. No, maybe it's just the tank. Good-looking girl. Who doesn't like a good-looking girl? Anyway, here he comes. The score's 4-4. He's read the map quite well. He's looking at where everybody's gone. A few of the two tier 7 artillery pieces haven't been spotted, which is not unusual. The heavy tank number 6 has not been spotted on the enemy team. And most of the rest of the tanks are not too scary. Is that the right word? He gets up in a bush down here at C1. This is where I normally go in a tank, in a heavy or a medium at least. And early on, definitely in a light tank as well. I think if you control this area and you're not getting flanked on the 9 line, then you might have a pretty good chance of winning. Finds a Super Chaffee. I just saw a bit of red there. There he is. There's a bit of red. Waits for that gun to aim. Is bad luck there. The Super Chaffee was moving. Now, his binoculars and camo net didn't fire up. He fired, but he didn't get spotted, which is good. That one does go into the tier 6 prep. That's another well-deserved reward tank, the Super Chaffee. Is it? Was it a well-deserved reward tank? We'll look it up. I think it was. That's nice shooting into the side of the T-34 85M, but now he's down to premium ammunition only. So this will be interesting to see how we go as far as the credits go. Now, like a lot of clans, 1AR run tier 10 credit boosters every night, as well as crew experience boosters, sometimes free experience or normal XP, just whatever we want to do. So that might come into it as to how Jumpy goes with the credits. One thing I've noticed that definitely for Clan Wars, if you're firing premium ammunition, as mentioned in the last game, you still make a ton of credits in normal kind of tanks. When I say normal kind of tanks, in normal meta Clan Wars kind of tanks, I'm generally playing the Chieftain, occasionally the 277. I can't remember losing too many credits in Clan Wars. Maybe because I don't shoot much, I don't know. But, you know, these clan boosters are a terrific thing. And for clan-related events, I think the bonus is about 70%. Could be 75. I probably should have looked it up before we started talking about it. But who cares? The tier 10 credit and XP boosters, they're pretty good. They're a good thing. There he is, zooming in and out again like a crazy person. He's back under the bushes. There's a Hellcat coming his way. Now, we're going to have to keep an eye on the ammunition here. He's got 8 premium rounds left, 2 high explosive, and that's it. All that blind firing might cost Jumpy a little bit. We're going to try to minimise the zooming as we wait for that Hellcat to possibly appear. 7-9 is the score. Jumpy being quite patient here. The thing that's going to go against him is his ammunition, I think. He's only got 10 bullets left. There's the Hellcat. That looked like it was going at full speed. Hellcat at 187 hit points. 187 hit points, which is he's a one shot for jumphonner in the Super Hellcat, the tier 7 well-deserved reward tank, the premium American tank destroyer, the one based on the normal Hellcat but up-tiered, so it's obviously going to be a little bit stronger than the Tech Tree Hellcat, and he thinks, well, stuff it, I might as well go for it. Looking at who's lit and who's not. The heavy tank number 6 has been spotted now where the KV-3 is down in the south, so that's not one to worry about. The SU-100 is in the middle. Jumpy thinking, well, I've got the speed, I can flank this Hellcat and kill him. He does get spotted. Artillery takes a swing and misses, which is always a good feeling. And is he going? Oh, he's going to go for the artillery first. The artillery gets one into him. I'd be tempted to use HE just because of the amount of ammunition that he doesn't have left. He's got 5 APCR rounds left. I don't think I'd be wasting them on the artillery piece. Puts one into the M44. There's another arty out there shooting at him. Turns around, turn, kills the M44, brings the score up to 12-11. They're up for the first time. There is a GW Panther spotted down there in the south now. That Hellcat no longer lit. 5 premium rounds remaining, 2 high explosive. Something just hit the GW Panther with HE for 22 hit points. 3 kills to jump on at 2,921. Hit points of damage done. The assisted damage doesn't get assist damage on the GW Panther. It's probably spotted by the KV-3. Where's the heavy tank number 6? There's the heavy tank number 6. On his left, he's getting into some cover, which is a clever thing to do. 373 hit points on the Tier 6 Premium Japanese heavy tank number 6. The Japanese Tiger. Someone gets him for 160 odd, probably the KV-3. And he aims, takes his time, shoots and misses. 2 bullets left. 2 premium bullets left. Down goes the heavy tank number 6, killed by the M12. That just leaves the Hellcat on 187. Jumpy gets shot once, takes his time, aims. Where is it? Where's the outline? They're cheeky sometimes, these Super Hellcats. Nearly 3k damage. Nearly 3k damage. And why wouldn't you just go full YOLO? You can afford to be shot another time by the Hellcat if he needs to. Artillery, both artilleries are aiming in the right position. Jumpy's like, don't do it. Gets the kill, confirms it, wins the game, 15-11. Twitches the bloody mouse like you wouldn't believe. That's what he does. And hopefully no one's been triggered into a seizure after that replay. Jump on it from 1AR clan. Ace Chipper, Executive Officer, absolute giant of a man in the Super Hellcat, having a great time. Don't forget, check him out on YouTube. He's on Twitch too, but he said he hasn't done that for a while, but that's all right. How'd we go? Ace Tanker Mastery Badge, Bruiser Medal for doing some internal module and crew member damage, Duelist Fighter, Fire for Effect, the Pascucci's for killing 2 artilleries, and High Caliber for doing more damage than anybody else did. 3,321. Hit points of damage done, 4 kills, 1227, base experience, he fired 27 shots, 17 hits, 16 penned. Well, that's not too bad, considering there was probably 10 blind shots. There was a lot of blind firing, especially at the beginning of the game when I was waffling on about how some people who play the Super Hellcat just YOLO and die. And maybe that's indicative of why 1200 is an ace. So for some tanks, 1200 XP is not an ace, but for some it is. For some it's less, but for some it's more. Anyway. He had a ripper. Did he make money? He made, no, this must have been during the day or something. No clan boosters running. He made 6,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account in that 10.5 minute game. Despite, it looks like he's paying half price for consumables, so he hasn't paid for the Coca-Cola there. He's buying them in advance, which is clever. And he got some kind of battle payment there. But must be expensive, premium ammunition. That's all I can say. Now we saw TD. Let's see something a little bit quicker. This bloke is an absolute legend. Darkknight, LOL from Lime Clan. In the EBR 75 FL10. Oh, look at this. He's already got 3 marks on the bad boy. What's going on here? Hold it up in the air. That's the way, son. Look at that. If I had 3 marks on my EBR 75 FL10, I'd be holding it up in the air again. Now, the EBR 75 FL10, I'm just going to call it the EBR in this game. I hope that's okay. It's a Tier 8 premium French wheeled tank. It's a light tank, light wheeled vehicle, Stewie. It's not a tank. That's what people tell me. I know some people are shitty about them. Some people don't like the EBRs. Some people don't like Arties. Some people don't like TDs. It happens. This thing is an absolute beast in front lines. If you've ever seen me stream front lines, this is one of my go-to tanks. It can be a lot of fun. You can... One reason it's so good on front lines is because the front lines maps are huge, bigger than a normal map, as you might imagine, in the 30 versus 30 game mode. And you can cover a lot of ground. It's quick. It's got the fast mode, so you can either be quick... You can either be, well, you would have been quicker if the tank wasn't there. You can either be quick or your gun can be accurate. That's the 2 ways of doing it. See how this is lit up and it says 80 odd? When it's lit up like that, you're in quick mode. When it's not lit up like that, you can't drive as fast. However, your gun is more... And now how he did not get lit then, I am not sure. Puts 2 shots into the Char Future 4, the Tier 9 reward tank. And... This is balls of steel. They're blind firing his last seen position, pulls back so the leaves go opaque. Opaque means you can't see through them, folks. It's a 2-shot autoloader, this gun. APCR's premium on this tank. It's a 75mm gun, hence the name EBR 75 FL10. 175 alpha damage, 180mm of penetration with APCR, which is standard. Heat is premium for 220 mils of penetration, but he gets hit in the fuel tank there, fixes his fuel tank because he's running petrol. He's running strong coffee as a premium consumable. That is going to help his reload time because it is an auto loader, so you can't put a rammer in this bad boy. It's also going to help his aim time and all that kind of jazz, but with no fire extinguisher, sometimes it's not a bad idea to fix the it's not a bad idea to fix the fuel tanks if you get damaged fuel tanks, because if they hit your fuel tanks again, there's a much higher chance that you'll get set on fire. He just picked up 1,500 assisted damage there, running around there, spotting those tanks. The best thing about assisted damage is you don't have to pay for the bullets. Now, Darkknight LOL, he was with 1AR for a long time, and he was a great EBR driver, it must be said. Possibly one of the best. I don't know. I've never one-on-one'd him. I'm not going to say... I'm not going to say... I will say this. Every time I offered my services as an EBR driver in Clan Wars, and Darkknight might remember this, he might not, that I was quickly told, no, Stewie, you're not bringing it. It's not an option for you. Anyway, the score's 3-3. We're playing on Westfield. Darkknight LOL from Lime Clan in the EBR 75 FL10 is down to 129 hit points, which is 128 more than he needs. 1,705 hit points of damage done so far. 1,548 assisted damage. He has picked up a kill, but he has to be you got to be a little bit careful, don't you? You know, when you're low health. You've got to be a little bit careful. Looks towards a T95 E2. Now this could be a low tier hold my beer. This probably could have been. It's a tier 10 game. Now the best thing about light tanks, wheeled vehicles, Stewie. Yeah, rightio. The best thing about light tanks is even if you're low tier, you can still get spotting damage against tier 10s, right? Now if you're getting damage or kills or spotting damage or anything against tier 10 tanks, you're going to get more XP. The Badger's already called the lose. The Badger's already said we're going to lose. I'm not sure why. Why give up, Badger? The score's 4-4. So whatever you do against, it's not just about tier 8s and tier 10s. If you are doing stuff against higher tier vehicles, you get better XP. I'm guessing you get better credits as well. Better score all round. And so if you're trying to get an ace, if you're trying to get an ace, you're more likely to get an ace if you're shooting, spotting, and killing higher tier tanks, because it gives you more experience. Does that make sense? It might not help with Marks of Excellence, which is based purely on damage and assisted damage, just numbers. But as far as ace tankers go, which could be some. And the reason I point this out is that could be some of your missions. Your missions for your 279Es, the missions for the T55As and the 260s, all of those. Some of those missions require you, especially for the 279Es, to get some aces and to get some first classes. In fact, he might be on one here. Yeah, he wants to get fighter or top gun. Oh, well, I know he's already got this tank, so he's just trying to improve the result. He might get fighter or top gun, we'll see. And so the rewards for that are good. They're worth chasing for. Anyway, enough waffling, Stewie, about ace takers. Darkknight LOL from Lime is in the EBR 75 FL10, the Tier 8 Premium French wheeled vehicle. I'm going to call it a light tank just to shit people. Why not? 6-6 is the score. He's done 2,205 hit points of damage, 1976 assisted damage. Now, he has lost a lot of health, so he's being a little bit cautious, but he's no dummy. He's looking at the mini-map, so radio. There's... Oh, he's definitely spotted. He's hoping that the Scorpion... it's Mike Oxlaw, the bloke with the best in-game name on the planet. Get some more spotting, get some damage into the Scorpion. 2,409 hit points of damage done, 2,279 assisted damage. Now they're winning. They're up all of a sudden. The Badger who declared bravely from the back that they're going to lose, maybe he's going to be wrong. Maybe he's right, who knows. 8-6, they're winning by 2 tanks. T95 just goes down to artillery. 8-6 is the score. Darkknight is no dummy. He's look at the mini-map. The object 907 was last spotted where somebody just pinged. Sees the side of the mouse, hits the reload button to reload some heat for the side of the Tier 9 German heavy tank. The APCR, not quite going to be enough. So he dabs a 2-key, that's exactly what the 2-key is for. Gets his third kill and brings the score up to 9-7. They lost someone at the same time. Who was it? It wasn't the Badger. Lucky, the optimistic Badger. Down goes the Char up there in the north, and that brings the score back to 9-8. Now look at the mini-map. The Object 2684 just got killed there by the artillery again. 907 last spotted in the town, as was the Astron Rex. 3 other tanks that are not lit. 907 just been spotted again. 3 other tanks that have not been spotted all game. The two is the artillery piece, which is not unusual, and the G-Saw 1008, which can be devastating, and of course, and the Charioteer as well. Both of these tanks, well, all three of those tanks could be devastating if they hit Darkknight in his EBR. He finds the M43, shoots him twice. A Progetto confirms the kill. He gets out of there just in case the tank destroyers were further behind the artillery piece, which is a good thing to do because they are. And that looked like he should have flipped. So he's a Charioteer, shoots him once, shoots him twice, brings his damage up to 3,413, and the score now is 11-9. There's only winning by 2 tanks. The 907 is charging towards where Darkknight was last seen. The 907 would be happy with a kill on the Progetto or the EBR. 907 gets set on fire. The Progetto gets killed. The Astron Rex coming down now with his auto-loading gun. Darkknight, LOL, gets one into the Astron Rex, waits for the gun to reload. The good thing about this only being a 2-shot auto-loader is it's pretty quick to reload. Bang, bang. Astron's dead, and now they're up by 2 tanks again. Now, that 907's on pretty low hit points. So's the Charioteer. The G-Saw's just been spotted up there in the north. Can the Badger take out the G-Saw? That's the million-dollar question. 14 standard rounds remaining. That's going to be heaps for Darkknight from Lime. LOL. Darkknight LOL from Lime. You know what I mean. 4 kills, 3,775 hit points of damage done. 2,332 assisted damage. The G-Saw's up there in the north. The 90's there back where he was. The 90's relocated back to the middle of the map. The Badger's going straight for the G-Saw, and Darkknight's hoping to get a kill on the side of he does get the kill on the 90. The Badger kills the G-Saw, and that just leaves the Charioteer. 5 kills to Darkknight. Can he get the top gun? Everyone's charging towards where the Charioteer was last spotted. I know what I'd be tempted to do on 5 kills. He wants the top gun. The top gun's part of his mission for the 279E, which he's already got, but we like to improve results on missions, don't we? He's going full YOLO. He's going to beat this and hopefully steal the top gun. Where is the Charioteer? There he is. Bang, shoots him once. Doesn't get the kill. The A50 gets the kill. But the mission was to get a fighter or a top gun. What's a fighter medal, Stuart? Well, the fighter medal is 5 kills. And he got it. What a champion. Ace Tanker Mastery Badge for Darkknight LOL from Lime Plane in the EBR 75 FL10. The quick, fast and furious French wheeled light tank. It's a ripper. Spotter medal for doing more than 1,000 assisted damage. That's still warm. He got the Bruiser medal for doing some internal module and crew member damage. Fighter, which was the mission to get 4 or 5 kills. Fire for effect, he got 25 bonds for that. Probably for the kills for his last premium mission, or maybe for one of those other missions that you get during the day. And if you're lucky enough, you might get one for bonds. Orlix for getting 2 higher tier kills and sniper. He did a bit of sniping damage as well. 4,121 hit points of damage done in the end. 5 kills, 1,546 base experience. He fired 31 shots, 28 hit, 26 penned. Nothing wrong with that. A little bit sniped. As he was spotting the middle, he was shooting over there, which is pretty cool. He spotted 2,370 assisted damage. And the best thing about assisted damage is you don't have to pay for the bullets. Despite paying full price for the strong coffee as a French premium consumable, you still made nearly 140,000 credits. That's after tax with a premium account in that 10-minute game. Darkknight, you're a legend, me old mate. That was an absolute ripper. Keep them coming. The EBR specialist. What a champion. What do you think? French wheeled light tank or just wheeled vehicles? Either way. I know some people don't like them, but that was entertaining. Darkknight, you're a champion. Thank you very much for the replay. Jumpy in the Super Hellcat and the Chieftain. And of course, my old mate Mothballed and the Panther. Don't forget to check him out on Twitch and YouTube. You'd be mad if you didn't. And if you're going to check out some YouTube channels, check out this one. Like, subscribe, get on board. We're also on Facebook, Discord, Twitter, I think, and Twitch. Link down below. We stream normally from 9 o'clock Melbourne time. I think by the time this video goes out, we might have a solid schedule too, which is probably not a bad thing. Really appreciate your support, everyone. You're all champions. Christmas isn't too far away. I know. What a year. Christmas time. What do I want for Christmas? Thanks again for the replays. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.